Is there anything quite like a fresh peach? I mean, really, they are the undisputed stars of the show at this year's Taylor House Museum's Peach Festival this weekend. And we're getting a preview as well as trying our hand at a little baking with the president of the Taylor House Museum. This is Dr. Melissa Reed. Thank you so much for coming in to the DelmarvaLife kitchen and bringing peaches.
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're making a peach cobbler, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so this is going to take a little while, so you want to get started? And then,
Yes.
And then we'll talk a little bit about the festival?
Absolutely. So what we'll do for the first step is to slice up the peaches and then put them, this is a lightly greased glass pan. About 8 inches, it could be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. And then this is a cup of sugar, a cup of flour, and 1 egg. And you can just mix them all up in the bowl. You're looking at, the consistency should be kind of crumbly.
Crumbly?
Yeah.
Because it's a cobbler, it's going to go on top,
Yes,
right?
that's the kind of the topping. And then I'm going to heat up.
Okay, we got to turn this back on here.
And this is 6 tablespoons of butter.
Okay.
That we just drizzle over.
And I just put that on high. I probably
That's perfect. Thank you.
All right. So the Peach Festival this weekend?
Yes, it's our 15th annual Peach Festival, and we are really excited to bring back some oldies but some goodies. You know, during COVID, we still had a modified version of the Peach Festival. We had our peach sales. We have peaches that we bring in. But this year, we've really brought back a lot of things that were sort of backed by popular demand. We have our peach cupcake eating contest. You see a peach pie eating contest, now it's cupcakes. We'll do a kids version and then an adult version. And then we will have music by the Blinky Duo. We also have cooking demonstrations by Phil Cropper, who's a chef who runs the culinary department at the Worcester Tech High School.
Oh, wow.
So he will be doing 2 cooking demonstrations. You know, we realized that the Peach Festival, the impetus of the Peach Festival came from the Harrison nurseries, which were located in Berlin. And at one point in about the 1930s, 40s, they were the largest fruit orchard mailing company in the entire world.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, so that the idea for the Peach Festival came from a peach festival that the Harrison family did at the turn of the century on their property. So we really wanted to focus on local agriculture, and it is the Peach Festival, so that's why we've got the cooking demonstrations now that we do with Phil Cropper. We've got food for sale from the Lions Club in Berlin. They'll be selling hot dogs and hamburgers, and we also have this year a gentleman selling barbecue chicken. His name is Bobby Purnell, and he's working to preserve a historic African-American cemetery. So the proceeds from his barbecue chicken will go to preserving the cemetery. We've got lots of nonprofits that come on the lawn. Germantown School will be there, Riddell Foundation will be there, the Friends of the Worcester County Public Library. So lots of things going on.
Yeah. Sounds like you're not going to run out of things to do when
No,
you're at
definitely
the Peach
not.
Festival.
No, we've got peach slushies for sale as well as peaches for sale.
Oh my goodness! So how are the peaches this year?
Oh, they're great. Yes, and last year we ran out by 12:30, and the Peach Festival goes until 3.
Oh boy!
So this year we have. Last year we had 70 crates of peaches. This year we have 100 crates of peaches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not
so
gonna
we're
run out
hoping.
this
No,
year.
we're
Ain't
hoping
doing that
we,
again.
Yeah, no.
You know, I didn't even ask you how thin to slice these. Is this okay?
It doesn't even matter. It's sort of what everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good crumbly.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So, is this a recipe that you've made, or is it?
I have made this one, and I'm not a very good cook myself, so this is a foolproof. So if anybody can do this one. It's actually a Southern living recipe.
Those are the kind of recipes I like. Are
the foolproof
ones.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So as Jimmy, I'm going to switch places
Sure.
with you. Jimmy is cutting up the peaches here. You just put them in the pan?
They go right in the pan.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to bravely stick my
Start
hand.
say, brave woman, I'm over here with a knife.
Where Jimmy is cutting things.
You were worried about me cutting me, now I'm worried about me cutting you.
I think the history of peaches in Berlin is fascinating because a lot of people don't realize, and especially with the railroad there, that was a big part of it.
Exactly. Actually, we do field trips for our local students at the local elementary school, and we really love to explain to them that While the peaches, there were orchards all around Berlin. It was a major employer in northern Worcester County, but there were other industries that came around them. So when you were picking the peaches, you had to have baskets to put the peaches in. So there was a basket factory for a while in Berlin. And then right where Harrison Orchards was located, their home still standing there today. It's on Harrison Avenue, just down from the library. But all around that house were the packing sheds, and the railroad went right in front of them. So they would pull the railroad cars up, they'd load up the baskets that had come from the basket factory, put them in the railroad cars, and then the railroad cars would run down along Harrison Avenue now, cross Broad Street, and there is still in existence today an ice plant, an ice plant. And they would pull the cars up next to the ice plant and fill the railroad cars with ice.
Oh, wow.
And then the railroad cars would go north to Philadelphia, Boston, things like that. The ice plant is still in existence because they sell ice to Ocean City, but the basket factory is gone.
And then of course, sadly, the peach industry had a bad.
There was a blight, yes, probably about the late 40s, 50s. It wiped out all the peach trees.
Okay, all right. So it looks like we're getting most of this. Do you fill it to the top?
And actually, that might be, if you want to finish slicing that one, that might be plenty.
Okay.
And then the next step
is
just to kind of crumble that on top.
All right. And you don't put any sugar
Now,
on
let me ask you, hang on a second. Did you want me to drizzle this first?
Oh, yes, please. Sorry about that. That's a tablespoon of lemon juice. Yeah, thank you.
Gotcha.
You can pour it or drizzle it, whichever you'd prefer. And this really can be done with any fruit. We did it for peaches, certainly because of Peach Festival, but you can, any fruit you've got would work.
Go ahead, crumble that, put that crumble in there. And then this is going to go in the oven.
Yes.
Where you go for the butter on it,
Yes,
right?
we drizzle the butter over it, and then it goes in the oven for about 35 minutes, and the oven is 375.
375 for 35 minutes. Can you wait 35 minutes? No.
You're asking a lot here, Lisa.
Obviously not. I'm going to use your. Ew. Try to get that on there evenly. All right, Jimmy, put that in the oven. We're going to let that cook, and we're going to come back, talk a little bit more about the Peach Festival, and try our
And eat it.
Sounds good.
Cobbler.
Yeah, you say it
That's
nicer
gonna
than I do.
happen. All right, stick around. DelmarvaLife will be right back.
There is a sweet and juicy aroma emanating from our oven here in the DelmarvaLife kitchen, and I think I found the source. Oh my goodness, would you take a look at this?
Hot out of the oven.
Hot out of the oven.
And this, of course, is the peach cobbler that we put in moments ago. Thanks to Dr. Melissa Reed. She's the president of the Taylor House Museum in Berlin. And that looks amazing.
That's not bad.
And you said it was fail-proof, and it really was easy to make.
It is. It is very, very easy to make.
Yeah,
absolutely. And you can use any fruit, so that's a nice thing too.
That is nice. So when you're dealing with peaches,
I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and dish some out so it can cool. while we're
oh,
talking.
okay. You go ahead and do that. I'll just ask the question.
There you
So, is it better to have ripe peaches when you're? I mean, like.
Probably like a little juicier.
Juicier,
Probably.
yeah.
That's probably a good idea because then it sort of cooks down and adds some sweetness to it. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And we will have plenty at the Peach Festival on Saturday.
Oh my goodness. And you can just make about just about anything from peaches.
Yes, we actually have 2 board members who make about 70 to 95 jars of homemade peach preserves that we sell at the Peach Festival.
Oh.
So they take the peaches that maybe have bruises or things like that from the Peach Festival the year before. They cut them, freeze them, and then spend the spring making peach preserves. So we'll have a lot of those for sale too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Everything peach. Is it cool enough, Jimmy?
No, but we're getting there quickly.
We're getting there quickly.
I don't know if I'm going to wait for it to cool or not. 'Cause
So tell me about the setup in Berlin for the Peach Festival. Whereabouts?
The great thing is it is really spread out along all of Berlin, but the main things will be happening at the Taylor House Museum. That's where we have our live music with the Blinky Duo. We have a magician actually who'll be performing for the kids. That's where our peach sales are. But then all along Main Street, a lot of the restaurants have peach flavored items for sale, and several of them actually have very kindly offered to donate 10% of their proceeds from that peach item back to the Taylor House Museum. So it is, even though Berlin certainly has a lot of events, Taylor House Museum, the Peach Festival was one of the first events that the town had, but it is still probably the biggest and it's the busiest that day. So we try and have things all along Main Street. Buckingham Presbyterian Church, which is at the other end of Main Street from us, I know they're going to have some vendors and things also. They sell whole pies they will be selling peach slices, peach pie slices on our lawn as well. So we've got lots and lots of really good peach food
Oh my goodness.
waiting to be eaten.
So there's tons of stuff to sample, tons of stuff to
Yeah,
just
lots.
simply put in your mouth and eat.
So speaking
Kind
of
of like
which,
this.
how is it,
I'm
Jimmy?
warning you, it's hot. It's hot.
I know, but you're taking bite after
Well,
bite.
no,
so-
I snuck a peach because I thought that was pretty safe until. Huh?
That is really good. Even the
Melted butter helps too.
All right, so give us the wheres and whens one more time. Downtown
Absolutely.
Berlin, Taylor House Museum.
Taylor House Museum on our lawn this Saturday from 10 until 3. We will have peaches for sale, music, kids games, lots of nonprofit things, so all kinds of great events for the entire family.
And you're not running out of peaches this year.
We are not running out of
Not
peaches
running
this
out
year.
of peaches.
No,
Not going to
no.
happen.
Not going to happen. Dr. Melissa Reed, thank you so much for
Sure,
being here
thank you.
this
Thanks so
afternoon
much.
and feeding us.
Absolutely.
We
I'm so
love it
glad
when we
could
get
do it.
fed.
Thanks a lot.